So I thought I might as well show you. Some of the books came. So here's the Isaiah. I'll show you how the sides look. So you can see that middle one. It's a lot smaller. Let me just move some of the stuff. Kind of work it here, and I'm going to show you. So you got a lot of books here, and in case you're interested in any of these. So you see there's quite a difference here. But it kind of depends what kind of print that you want. I like this nice big print, and this is a lot lighter. Big difference in weight. I don't know if this would be maybe a pound, and this would be like 5 ounces. And this is how it looks. That's a small Isaiah. Still a pretty nice print, and I can't remember the prices. Maybe under $4 and 5 something maybe. Now get to the New Testaments here. Here's the New Testament, and so this one is going to be the same one. Now I made one that was a 7 print and one that was an 8 print. So this might be the 8 print. I can't remember. And again, I can't remember the prices on this. The only thing is they don't have, for the chapter, they have the chapter and the verse, but they don't have the titles. And there's not going to be an index. So sorry about that. And then this Book of Job, Book of Job is one of my favorite books. And this is a nice small one here, and you could take it, put it in a backpack. And I like how now this is a little bit smaller size, so I want to say this is like 6 by 9. And this is, let's see here. I wonder if I got, so I think 6 by 9. And this is 5 by 8, possibly. So I don't think this is 7 by 10. I think it's 6 by 9. So here's 5 by 8, and you can see it's easy reading as far as what I mean is there's about 4 to 5 words on each line, which makes it easy, and a lot of space on the side. So I really like how that turned out for the Book of Job here, and I would say a nice size text too, and easy to read. So that worked out good. And let's see what this one is. Another copy of Book of Job. And let's see what this one is. The New Testament. Okay, so here is the difference in the New Testament. And I'd say this is readable. And then this is the 7 font, which is kind of small. I want to make it the price as low as possible. And I think it was 3 something for a whole New Testament. And the font's kind of small, you see, but I figure if you want to scan something, let's say you're not using the computer and you're trying to find something, like, let me try to, I know it's somewhere in Luke, you can read it a little bit faster because it's small print and 3 columns. And you can see it's still readable. It depends how your eyesight is, though. Some people might not be able to read it, but I can read it. And it's a little bit faster reading, but I recommend taking and reading the Bible slowly. But if you want to search for something, or let's say you already read it and you're reviewing, let's say you went through the couple chapters, and now you want to reread it kind of maybe a little bit faster, or like I said, if you're searching for something, I think, and it's cheap, right? It's under $4, so that's part of the thing too. Now look at this. Look at this. I'm excited. I'm really excited for this. And it's too bad that I don't know what happened to this cover. Let's see. Yeah, it's, I didn't know how these would turn out. You can see the cover. It's got that a little bit. I don't know why. I made the, I'm not sure. It must have scratched or something. But, I still like how I did the covers and stuff. But, that's only down, someone think this is scratched up or used, but it's not. But look how massive this is. And, I did those word studies that you saw. That's how big these word studies are going to be. Basically, if you want to look up the word sheep, you'd find the Bible verses. But what happened was, I think maybe I got the word searches, so I'll just save that for later. But here's the Psalms. Let's see, I'm excited. Oh, and bold. The thing is, they didn't charge extra for bold, and I think that's a mistake because look how much ink I took. I must have got their ink. Like if you order like 100 of these, you'd take up their ink. I bet you. I mean, what a difference! Let's say something like that to that. What a difference. And it's all bold. I mean, I could have made everything bold, but sometimes when it is smaller, I tried like the 7 print bold. It makes it harder to read. But I mean, maybe I could have done some of this bold. I still like a regular font for me. This is nice enough. But this is cool. I made Psalms bold. Let's see. There's only like I forgot what print this was. 30 some. And I got a Revelation that's even bigger than this. The Revelation print's even bigger than this. I think the Revelation's like 48 print. This is like 32. It's like 4 verses. I don't know if anything I have some big print Bibles, and this is even bigger here. And it's in bold. So I like how this turned out. I mean, I might read this, just myself. I was thinking the bigger text, maybe it will help me remember it more. I really like this. I actually bought 2 copies. It was like $13, but I think that's money well spent. So here's Revelation, extra jumbo. Oh, wait. The Gospel of John and Book of Romans, 36 jumbo bold. You can see how that compared to that. So let's see. That was 34. This is 36. Not much of a difference, but I mean, pretty heavy. If I had to guess how much this is, over 3 pounds, a little bit, close to 3 pounds, something like that. But I'd go over 3 pounds. So I mean, the gospel. I thought this would help. The reason why I made Psalms bigger is because, it's the largest book in the Bible, and I tend to read it a little bit more. So, and I know other people read it a lot, so I thought I'd make that one. And then the Gospel of John and Book of Romans, you got the Gospel, and Romans, very important. So I thought I'd make it bigger for someone that can't read. So I might use it. I'm not sure, but maybe someone's out there. So the Book of Revelation, I guess that's the next one. Well, we'll save that for later. So back to the word searches. Oh wait, maybe we'll use that one. The word searches, unfortunately, are not going to. Now they have the page numbers, but I ordered some proof copies, and I don't think they're going to have the page numbers for me. And I don't know what to do because, do I order another set or do I just write the page numbers in? So here's a Revelation. I think I ordered 4 or 3 because it wasn't a bad price for this. I can't remember how much it ended up being, like $7 a piece or something. And here we go, 48 bold jumbo. And like I said, they didn't charge extra. They charge if you want color, and it's not going to be in color like I said, but if I want to color it, let's say this is $8 or $7, they'd charge me like $17 or $18 for color. So I just can't really do that. I think it takes for every 12 minutes is like a gigabyte. So I mean, the thing is, it's pretty nice. It's just pretty extreme. You can see there's a lot of space in between where, let's say if I can, I'll get the Psalms back out. Oops, don't want to bend it. So you can see such a big difference between even 48 and whatever this was. I can't, 48 and 32. You can see such a big difference. But, I mean, this is a little more readable, where this is kind of big, but this is still readable. If I didn't have my glasses on right now, I could probably still read this. And, the spacing might help some people when there's a lot of space in between. I mean, basically you're getting less than 2 verses per page here, but it's kind of a specialty thing. But it's still kind of cool. So that's that. I'll get some for people that maybe just want it. So here's the Holy King James Bible, the whole Bible printed. Praise God. And I think I made 2 different versions here. So first you're going to see this really small print. And again, this is probably only like 2 pounds in my hand. Maybe not even actually. Probably less than 2 pounds. And cover again is kind of Maybe I would have just, if I would have known, I probably would have went with maybe just white as far as a cover, or maybe one of their covers. So I mean, you can see 4 columns. That's kind of cool. I mean, look at that. That's pretty cool, I'd say. I mean, probably 2 pages cover. Let's see, of Jeremiah covers. Jeremiah 1 starts here. I'll get it focused. Jeremiah 7, we're here. So again, this is nice if you, let's say, want to look up something. It's a little bit quicker than, something that's like the Revelation large text, and it's still readable. I mean, once it focuses, you can see it's still readable, and how the cheaper productions run is sometimes I can show you. Let's see, I got a Bible right there. Let me just show you something. Okay. So let me show you. This is like maybe a $3 Bible. I really can't remember. Maybe it's less. So you can see this is how this looks. But you can see the words. What makes it kind of harder to read. What I mean by that is the lines are kind of long. Let's see if I can. It takes a while to focus. See how it's like, say, maybe 8 or 9 words, like 8 words per line. Not too bad. But there's some that's even longer than this, where here's the line and it'll go even further. So this one isn't too bad, but some of the other ones I can show you might have like even more words per line, where I try to keep it to, maybe a little bit less. So it makes it, instead of reading kind of like that, you can kind of like read kind of, So I mean, I still maybe will use this, and I wouldn't want to go any smaller than this. So can't remember how much this one is, maybe $5 or something. And then this one's like, I think around 9, and it's a little bit larger. So I mean, you might not be able to tell here, but and again, this one's nice for reading too. I mean, this even has less words per line. You can see the difference, kind of. You can see there's a difference. And I thought I might as well make one more font size. And the columns, like I said, are just a little bit more narrow. And you see the space in between is a little bit more. But again, it's only like 4 words or something. But it's just about right. Maybe I would add if I could have added like 1 more word per line. But again, it can make it a little faster reading, but more eye strain. So that's that, and I'm going to open up some of the other boxes now, and I think we can see our word search here, and look at that Psalm. Now this is heavy. I'll tell you, this is pretty heavy. And I'm going to get 5 books just like that on the word search. And unfortunately, the copy I made didn't have page numbers. Now the updated one should have page numbers. And the thing about these, they don't have page numbers, which is unfortunate, but if you just remember where you left off, I don't think it's the biggest deal, personally, but that's just me. So it came in a box like this, which maybe something I just, but it said heavy. So let's empty that box up, open up the next box. Now, I thought these would be the word searches, but it's not. I don't know if those word searches are going to come tomorrow. Or maybe they're here. Or maybe it's something else. Probably not the word searches. So Psalm Study Guide Commentary. You can see how small that is. And, I mean, if you look at it, it's a text. So example, I have like Psalm 3:7. And then I have some references that go along with that up to here. And then once you get past the first 4 Psalms, it moves a little bit where it's a little bit less references. You see 9:15, 9:16, and a few references, all the way up to Psalm 20. That's kind of what you get there. Check it out. It's under $4. And then here, let's see what we got here. The Gospel of John and Book of Romans. And can't remember how much this would be, but I mean, it's pretty nice size text. And unfortunately, I just noticed this now, but it's still readable. Where they had the red text, they made it like a gray, so that's a little disappointing. But I guess you find some of the stuff out. But I mean, it's not the worst because then you still know what words. I mean, it's a little bit harder to read if it was smaller, and maybe if you have bad eyesight, it might be a little bit harder to read. But I can still read it, and then you know what words are of Christ. They're just in gray. So I mean, if you have good lighting, I mean, if you don't have good lighting, it's going to be a little eye strain, but it should be okay. So that's the gospel. Ordered a couple of those. Let's see. Maybe to pass out or something. Maybe someone would take it, or maybe someone would be intimidated. I don't know, because it's it's letter size. Those are letter size. So let's see what else we got here. Bible Doctrine. So here's the Bible Doctrine book. Then before that, we got the Gospel of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John. Psalms, Prophecy of Christ. So here's the Psalms. That's how that looks. Which again, this is a little bit bigger than maybe the Bible text that you have. 2 columns and about 5 words per line. Makes it readable. As far as eye strain and stuff like that. And I'm just talking about makes it readable as far as the text size. And this is the Prophecy of Christ, Bible prophecy. And again, I got more space in between, which is kind of nice if you want notes. So that's a text, still readable text. And it has a bunch of Bible prophecy relating to Christ. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. I knew that line was going to be in there, but I just left it in 3 columns. But again, this is probably, I can't remember what I went with here. If this is 8 or if this is like 9. Let's just go with 8. But I mean, it's readable, and it's, if someone really wants to read it, they'll read this. And so, I mean, maybe for outreach or something. And then we have Bible Doctrine, a little bit bigger book, all about Bible doctrine. And I do have the page numbers on those. So like anger, and then you got the verses for anger. If I go to the table of contents, you can kind of see, I made it a little bit smaller so it fit on one page, but it should be readable for most people. And so that's what you get. Some of these I made YouTube videos on. And some of this, where you get regular doctrine, some of this, and some of the other books are not covered where, so I mean, there's going to be mistakes. Maybe I had that twice, so I might have messed up there. If I go to 225, we can see what we have. I mean, to me, it's not, I knew mistakes were going to be happening. I mean, as far as minor mistakes like that, I don't mind too much. So 225 is actually children. But I mean, yeah, I wish I would add children. I just didn't notice it for some reason, but probably just leave it. So that's various doctrines of Bible. I really recommend getting that. What we got else here? Psalms again. So I don't know if I showed you that one. So no, here's maybe it did. So Psalms, Gospel of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John, Prophecy of Christ, the Bible Doctrine. Again, the Bible Doctrine I recommend. So then again, some more Psalms. I thought these were kind of nice to give. I mean, a little bit small text, but still, I mean, someone's going to read it again. I don't know what really happened to the cover there, but it gets kind of dusty, but, a little bit small, but just for outreach. And the Psalms is nice size and nice text. So we'll put those away and then open up. Let's open up the next thing. So just showing you this so you get an idea of, trying to fit it back, but I'm giving you an idea of, in case you were, wanting to buy any of these and stuff. And a lot of this stuff I'm going to use words of the Bible, and I don't know what to do. I mean, look at this huge box that came in. I mean, this is bigger than I could even anticipate it. So it's like $13. I mean, printing cost is $8 for one of these, but then they just make me charge $13, which is, I want to keep each one under 10. So if someone wanted to get it, so I mean, I know 13 is kind of expensive, but I don't have page numbers unfortunately in this one, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I updated the page numbers, and but this one doesn't have the page numbers. and maybe I'll just write them in or buy another set. I don't know, but I could call. You can always donate some of these and stuff, maybe. So that's kind of like how it looks. And so this is volume, and then it has volume 4, which it's pretty big, and then it has the verse, so that's kind of like the topics, and then let's say, it's kind of hard to find without the page numbers, but like I said, the new one has the page numbers, but I mean, let's say you could still kind of, let me try to find something. So let's say I want to find, I guess the first one I looked at was at like Meets 478. I know it has about 500 pages, or 590 maybe, I'm not sure. So we go to Meet. So 468, I'm trying to find it, knowing how many pages, and we'll see. Now I'll kind of just, again, the updated one will have page numbers, which will settle this, but, so I'm kind of, okay, so I'm at save. So if I want to say, let's see, is it on here? So that's only at page 374. So, this last one got messed up, the page number. It's supposed to be 584. So, I was fairly close, but I'm still 100 pages off. So, yeah, the page numbers are going to help. But the new ones have the page. So if you order this, it will have the page numbers. It should, and if it doesn't, let me know. But that's kind of how it looks. And that's volume 4. I think volume 5 had slightly less text size. But, this covers a lot here. And this one, here's what it covers. And the pages should be pretty exact, but there might be a little bit off. So those are kind of what it covers in that one. And there's just a lot of, I put all, like, the references to, verses of God took up 100 some pages. And you'd be surprised how many verses in Israel, how many verse references. So this is volume 2. I think just slightly bigger text, if we can look at this quick. So you can see volume 2 is slightly bigger text. It might be hard to see here, but it's not much of a difference, to be honest. But it covers all these in volume 1. So covers all those topics. And again, the new ones will have the page numbers, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do myself without these. Without the page numbers, it's this is kind of disappointment, but the new ones will have. So this is volume 3. It's kind of all the topics. You can pause it, and there's all the verses that relate. So again, just how this works. If you order it, have the page numbers, and then clouds. And let me know. I want to know what it says about clouds or nation. Let me get the Bible where you don't have to be in the computer and staring at a screen for hours. And so that's that. And again, like to print it was $8, but they're charging $13. And but I think it's still a pretty good reference. If you get that many pages for $13. Just if you bought the paper alone, they use good quality paper, and if you just printed this out yourself, you could maybe save money, but then you still have to bind it and stuff. So here's all that one. So again, not perfect. That one page number was, should have been 500 something, but it was listed as 400. For the words of the Bible, and again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I could write, I don't know, how long do you think it would take if I write in page 1, page 2, page 3? Or should I just, see if the local church wants these? And because I kind of want to use this myself, and now that I have the pages numbered, it might be a little bit easier. But this is still, without the page numbers, I can still use it because, corn. And then, I'll look up the, what about net? I kind of, praise, and I go, and like I said, it's kind of easier just having this alone, because let's say I want to find loins. Now that I kind of know, so I don't want to go half, a little bit over half, right? So I'll try to find loins. Oh, sole. So let's say how off I was. Oh, look at, pretty close, you know? Because I knew there's 590 pages, so I'll go, a little bit, and then, I just gotta go a few pages, and I'll be at sole. I'll be at loins, and then it goes in order too. So we're at Psalms, Isaiah. Oops. Just keep on going, and dirt. So we're right there, tower, and I think it's one more after towers. Fortress, queens. Go back to the beginning. Oops. And tower, queens. Oh, it looks like I passed loins. So you got to be careful. So it's about 5 pages back. So go back. Some of them are a couple pages. Some of them can run like a set of 100 pages. For the reference for God, it had a lot of verses. I'm just trying to find loins, but with the page numbers, like I said, I don't know. So we're at sole again, and we'll count sole. It should be, let's see if I numbered this right, 20 pages about. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. See, Meyer. There's the loins. So, I can still find it without the page numbers. But like I said, the new ones, I might call even a local church that's close by me and see if they'd be interested in this. And I can donate it. And either I give them the one with the page numbers, or maybe I'll give them that. And I'm telling you, this whole box of each one weighs like 5 pounds. It's like a 20-pound box almost. So I thought I'd make you videos and, show you that if you're interested. So thank you.